Okay, weird question to start with. Why do so many people suddenly swear by a cup of turmeric water before bed? I wondered the same thing, so I went and actually read the research instead of trusting another wellness influencer's word for it. And it turns out, curcumin, the main compound in turmeric, has been studied in over 1,000 clinical trials. Blood sugar, brain health, joint pain, mood, all of it. So tonight, I'm walking you through what that research actually says. No exaggeration, no miracle cure nonsense. And then I'll show you exactly how to make it yourself. A couple of these findings genuinely surprised me. And stick around until the end, because the last benefit on this list is the one nobody expects turmeric to do anything for. If you've spent any time on wellness YouTube, you've probably seen turmeric called a miracle cure for basically everything. It's not. But it's also not nothing. And that's really the interesting part of this story. Turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, plus over 100 other plant compounds working alongside it. Researchers have taken this seriously enough that there are now thousands of clinical trials on curcumin alone. So today, we're going through 10 reasons people drink turmeric water at night. I'll tell you exactly where the science is solid versus where it's still early and unproven. And at the end, I'll walk you through 2 dead simple ways to make it. One quick note before we get into it. This video is for educational purposes, not medical advice. Turmeric isn't a replacement for treatment, and if you're on medication or managing a health condition, check with your doctor first. Turmeric interacts with a few common drugs, including blood thinners. I'll flag those again later, too. So why nighttime specifically? Honestly, part of it is just practical. A warm drink before bed is a habit that sticks. It's a lot easier to remember than a pill at some random point during the day. There's also something to be said for the wind-down ritual itself. A warm drink signals to your body that the day is winding down, the same way tea before bed does for a lot of people. And a few of curcumin's studied effects on mood chemicals, on inflammation, happen to line up nicely with what your body is already doing while you sleep. So it's not magic timing, but it's smart timing. One more thing worth mentioning before we dive in. Turmeric has been used medicinally for thousands of years, largely in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine, long before anyone knew what curcumin even was at a molecular level. That doesn't automatically make every traditional claim true. Plenty of traditional remedies don't hold up under modern testing. But it's part of why researchers got curious enough to actually study it in the first place. A compound doesn't usually attract 1,000 clinical trials by accident. Okay. Let's get into the list. Let's start with something a lot of people don't expect turmeric to touch at all: blood sugar. Curcumin has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, and several clinical studies have specifically looked at whether it can improve insulin sensitivity in people with type 2 diabetes. The results are promising, but I want to be careful with the word promising here. We're talking modest improvements, not a substitute for medication. Curcumin is not a diabetes treatment. But as a complementary daily habit, alongside an already reasonable diet, some research suggests it may help support healthier blood sugar levels over time. If you're on blood sugar medication, this is one of the clearer ask your doctor first situations, since curcumin can interact with those drugs directly. Next up, and this one gets asked about a lot in the comments on health videos, brain function. Because curcumin has anti-inflammatory effects that extend to the brain, researchers have studied whether it might support memory in older adults, particularly people already noticing mild memory changes. There's also growing interest in curcumin's possible role in conditions like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Here's the honest caveat, though. Reviewers studying this are pretty upfront that the evidence is still limited. And a big part of the problem is that curcumin is poorly absorbed by the body on its own, which is actually a running theme you'll hear a few more times in this video. So, promising direction, not a proven brain booster yet. Worth trying, not a substitute for anything. And that absorption problem is worth pausing on for a second, because it explains a lot about why turmeric research is so inconsistent from study to study. Curcumin makes up only a few % of turmeric by weight, And even that small amount gets broken down quickly by your liver before much of it reaches your bloodstream. Some studies use highly concentrated curcumin extracts that don't reflect what you're actually getting from a teaspoon of turmeric powder at home, which is one reason results can look really strong in a lab study and much more modest in real life. Keep that in mind as we go, because it applies to basically every benefit on this list, not just this one. This next one is actually one of the more interesting areas researchers are looking into right now. A few different systematic reviews of clinical trials have found that curcumin may ease symptoms of depression and anxiety, especially in people dealing with those symptoms alongside a chronic illness. The likely mechanism is a combination of curcumin's anti-inflammatory effects and its influence on brain chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. To be clear, this isn't a replacement for therapy or prescribed medication, but it's worth knowing that researchers studying this area point out that current antidepressants have real limitations too. Slow onset, side effects, not working for everyone, which is exactly why interest in natural compounds like curcumin keeps growing. And honestly, separate from any of the chemistry, a warm, calming drink as part of a wind-down routine before bed is just genuinely relaxing. Don't underestimate the power of a good ritual, chemistry aside. There's also a sleep angle here that doesn't get talked about enough. Poor sleep and low mood tend to feed each other. If you're anxious, you tend to sleep worse, and if you sleep worse, your mood tends to drop the next day. It's a loop. So even a small, consistent nightly habit that helps you feel a bit calmer before bed can end up supporting sleep indirectly, which then supports mood the next day, and so on. That's not a claim specific to turmeric exactly, but it's part of why a ritual like this can feel more effective in practice than the research on curcumin alone would predict. Turmeric has been used in traditional medicine for liver complaints for an extremely long time. We're talking centuries, not years. Modern research is now starting to explain some of why. Turmeric contains curcumin, along with related compounds like dimethoxycurcumin, and these have shown antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity that researchers believe may help the liver deal with oxidative stress. I want to be precise about the wording here. This is supportive evidence, not proof that turmeric treats liver disease. If you have an existing liver condition, that's a conversation for your doctor, not a YouTube video. I'll be straight with you on this one. There's no magic fat-burning switch hiding in a cup of turmeric water. If anyone tells you that, be skeptical. What the research actually shows is more modest. Some studies have looked at how curcumin and related turmeric compounds affect fat metabolism and bile production, which plays a role in how your body breaks down fat. Combined with its anti-inflammatory properties, turmeric might be a small, helpful piece of a weight management routine. Emphasis on piece. It works best stacked alongside actual changes to diet and activity, not instead of them. Okay, this is the one I mentioned at the top. The benefit that actually has some of the strongest evidence behind it on this entire list. Curcumin's anti-inflammatory properties have shown real, consistent promise for easing joint pain and stiffness, including in people with osteoarthritis, across multiple clinical trials. It's not an overnight fix. Most of the studies used it consistently over several weeks before seeing results. But of everything we're covering today, this is the benefit I'd point to first if someone asked me, does turmeric actually do anything? Turmeric has traditionally been used to support digestion, and its anti-inflammatory effects may help calm gut irritation for some people. Here's an important caveat that doesn't get mentioned enough. If you deal with acid reflux, gallstones, or a bile duct condition, turmeric can actually make symptoms worse for some people. So this is one to introduce slowly. Pay attention to how your body responds and stop if it doesn't agree with you. Not every natural habit agrees with every body. Because curcumin has both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, researchers have also studied its effects on immune function. I want to set realistic expectations here. It's not a substitute for sleep, good nutrition, or vaccines. Nothing replaces those basics. But as one small supportive habit stacked on top of an already healthy routine, Immune support is an area with a reasonably solid evidence base behind it. Turmeric has shown up in traditional skincare, both eaten and applied topically, across multiple cultures for centuries. And its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties are the likely explanation. Some smaller studies have specifically looked at curcumin for wound healing and skin conditions like acne, with encouraging early results. One practical warning though: turmeric stains. Skin, countertops, white t-shirts, all of it. Maybe don't wear your favorite shirt while you're making this. Quick favor before we get to the last one. If this has been useful so far, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people trying to sort real health information from wellness hype, which is the whole point of what we do here. Okay, last benefit, and I think it's a good one to end on. Curcumin's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects have also been studied for cardiovascular health, with some research pointing to modest improvements in markers like blood vessel function and cholesterol oxidation. I'll be honest, this is an area where the research is still developing, and results are mixed from study to study. So think of this less as curcumin protects your heart and more as may modestly support a few relevant markers. It is absolutely not a replacement for heart medication or your doctor's guidance, full stop. All right, let's actually make the stuff. 2 methods, both take about 10 minutes. Method 1, turmeric powder. You'll need 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and 2 cups of water. Bring the water to a boil, stir in the turmeric, drop the heat, and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Let it cool slightly, then strain it through a fine mesh strainer or cheesecloth to catch any grit. That's it. Method 2, fresh turmeric root. You'll need about 2 inches of fresh turmeric root and 2 cups of water. Rinse the root, grate or finely chop it, add it to boiling water, simmer for about 10 minutes, cool, then strain the same way. Here's the one tip that actually matters more than either recipe. Add a pinch of black pepper. The compound in black pepper, piperine, has been shown to significantly boost how much curcumin your body actually absorbs. Remember, poor absorption is basically curcumin's biggest weakness across almost every benefit we talked about today. Skip the pepper, and you're leaving most of the benefit on the table. A little honey, lemon, or fresh ginger also works great if you want to improve the flavor. Before we wrap up, I want to knock out 3 myths I see repeated constantly in the comments on videos like this one, because they matter. Myth 1. Turmeric supplements and turmeric the spice work the same way in your body. They don't really. Most turmeric supplements are standardized to a much higher curcumin content than you'd ever get from a teaspoon of powder in water. That's not necessarily bad. It just means the dose in this drink is genuinely mild compared to what's used in a lot of clinical trials, which is part of why I keep using words like modest and may support throughout this video instead of promising results. Myth 2. Natural means no side effects. It doesn't. Turmeric can thin your blood, irritate a sensitive gut, and worsen gallstones for some people. We're about to cover exactly who should be cautious. Myth 3. More is better. It's not. High-dose curcumin supplements have actually been linked to liver issues in a small number of case reports, which is a good reminder that even genuinely helpful compounds have an upper limit. A cup of turmeric water at night is a mild habit, not something to megadose. Before you run off and make a cup, a few honest cautions. Turmeric isn't risk-free for everyone. Talk to a doctor first if you're on blood thinners, if you have gallstones or a bile duct condition, if you're pregnant, or if you're taking medication for diabetes or acid reflux. Turmeric can interact with all of those. And if you're generally healthy with none of those conditions, a teaspoon in warm water at night is about as low risk as wellness habits get. So, 10 research-backed reasons turmeric water has become a nightly ritual for a lot of people. Blood sugar, brain function, mood, liver support, weight management, joint pain, digestion, immunity, skin, and heart health. None of it is a miracle cure, and I hope that came through clearly today. But as a low-cost, low-risk addition to a routine that's already reasonably healthy, it's genuinely one of the more evidence-supported wellness habits out there, which honestly puts it ahead of most things trending in this space. If you end up trying it, let me know in the comments how it goes. I genuinely read those, and it helps to hear what's working for people versus what isn't. And if this kind of "here's what the science actually says" breakdown is useful to you, subscribe. That's exactly what this channel is for, cutting through the noise in a space that's absolutely full of it. See you in the next one.